Hello, hello, hello. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you. Oh my God, it's been a minute coming to you big. It's been a really, really bad minute. Now I'm going to start all over again. No, let me stop. Keep going. Hello, it is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. That's right, Podcasting Your Purpose. And today's episode is Past Job Podcast number 87. I am so excited. First of all, I'm so excited because I miss being here. If you remember, I usually come to you on a Friday to do the weekly wrap up. Man, it got so busy. I didn't have a chance to do any weekly wrap ups. Last week, if you remember, we were hit with tornadoes and hurricanes and windstorms and locusts and everything else that was going on. It was a crazy week. So here we are on a marvelous Monday. I hope you guys are having a beautifully blessed day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. When you wake up looking up, everything else is gravy, baby. So this has been a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm popping in a little bit earlier. I usually come in the afternoon, but I'm trying to get as much done because I'm going to be invisible tomorrow. No, I'm going to shut down. Tomorrow, I celebrate my 30th wedding anniversary. That's right. 30 years I have been happily married. That's right. And I am not going to be here. I'm not going to be doing any of this. I'm just going to be spending time with my husband. I don't know what we're going to do in this COVID-19 quarantine, but we're going to do something. Maybe just take a long drive down south, whatever the case may be. So today, again, episode is Past Job Podcast. Now, podcasting has changed. Long gone are those days when you thought of a podcaster as somebody just sitting in their basement with headphones on their head, pretending to be a DJ or whatever the case may be. People are podcasting like crazy. Every time I look at the latest and greatest news, there is podcasting power. Women, men, politicians, parents, preachers, teachers, everyone is podcasting. And that's why I know you should start your podcast because, again, technology has changed. This is no longer mainstream media. This is niche media. That's right. You have a topic, you can turn it into something amazing. Now that we're going on, through this COVID-19, this pandemic, maybe some of you have recently retired or, you've worked for years, decades. You've got outsourced, resource, just plain laid off and fired, but you have experience. You have past job experience. You should turn that past job experience into past job podcast. That's right. You can share your knowledge, your education, your experience, your inspiration, your laughter, your DIY, your talents into a podcast. This is such a great medium because it's convenient. Not only is it convenient for the listeners to consume, but it's convenient for you to create. You are simply using a smartphone or your laptop and you are creating a podcast. I have been working with so many wonderful people. I am so super excited for one of my clients who's going to launch her podcast tomorrow. I'm so super excited. I'll come back and I'll tell you, I'll give you the link to it. But I have been working with, oh my God, I've got a list on my chart of podcasters that have started their podcast this year, and they are doing it an amazing job. So whether you have experience, again, as a previous educator who may not be going back into the schools to teach this year, a teacher, a preacher, doctor, lawyer, journalist, jugglist, everyone has experience. So why can't you share that with others? Our gift from God is life. What we do with that gift, what we do with that life is our gift back to him. So we're now all living in a virtual world, right? We're all online all day, every day. So why not take advantage of that? Sign up today for the 30-minute complimentary discovery call so we can talk about it. Remember, I help you plan out your podcast because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And with my book, Podcasting Your Purpose, it comes part of the 90-minute mini coaching session. And in it, I talk about not only why starting a podcast, but the power of podcasting, because again, we all have a voice, we all have a vision, we can all literally change someone's life. So within this book here, this is a 43-page book, and it goes through not only tips on promoting podcasting for profit. Remember, I talk about how this is pull versus push marketing. Your audience is pulling down information. They're looking for answers or entertainment or inspiration. So you need to fill those needs. You can promote your products, your services to fit that niche. You can reach out to local store owners, online vendors to promote their products or your own products. You can provide many commercials or advertisements at no cost. What is your goal? Are you looking, again, simply to share your past job experiences, or are you looking to promote it to earn additional income? You can do that. There is so many topics out there. Again, everyone has experience. I mean, if you're over the age of 5, you have an experience or a passion about something. So why not turn those past jobs and those passions into a podcast, a profitable podcast? I mean, and it doesn't matter the age. I'll be 59 next month, and I'm going to talk about being a 50 something, and again, a 59-year-old podcaster who is, I think, is a great advantage, especially when you are creating a podcast that is training and teaching others. Life skills is so very important. The younger generation, through no fault of their own, needs experience. They need knowledge. And it's so funny. I was in the post office last week shipping out a few of the Podcasting Your Purpose workbooks. And a young lady came in and she asked the postmaster if they carried labels. And he went on to explain to her, yes, there are different labels depending on what she needed. She simply wanted a label to put on a package to ship out. He told her, you can write that on there. You can take a piece of paper and put it, write it out and tape it on the box. She was totally unaware. But whose fault was that? No one's. It was life experiences. I was looking at a funny video on Facebook about a girl trying to put a letter in a mailbox. She didn't know it was a pull down. She was looking for buttons and, gizits and gizmos because they're so used to texting. Manual labor, they know nothing about that. I was just talking to another client, working with her on her blog, and we're talking about how words have changed and how you no longer have to have 2 spaces after a period. And she said, but when I was in typing school, that's how you were taught. But kids don't type, they text. And she was like, oh my goodness. So again, there are experiences: sewing, cooking, cleaning, even gardening, farming. I mean, kids don't realize that they can plant seeds and grow food. So you can create a podcast on any topic. If people are going through a lot now during the COVID-19 with the coronavirus crisis, can you offer words of encouragement? Can you teach others how to meditate? Can you teach others how to become mellow? Are you an accountant helping people navigate, this stimulus package? Navigate that, should they get in, check out their, start taking money out of their 401k? What is it that the government is actually doing? What is all these packages going to do to our Social Security? Again, I'm looking forward to getting Social Security in a couple of 4 years, but that may not be the case for people that are looking at it 30, 40 years down the line. So if you have experience from past jobs, and just think about this: if you do have experience from past jobs, because there's going to be a new normal, businesses are going to be using podcasting as part of their platform. Perhaps you can offer your services up to these companies, because podcasting is becoming very popular in the grocery stores, insurance companies, lots of other ways in which to use a podcast for employee engagement, for webinars, because again, we are going to be remaining virtual. We're going to be doing remote learning. And sometimes, you're hoping that your customers, your clients, and even your peers and your employees are going to read a newsletter, and they may not. So if you create a podcast, a weekly podcast on what's happening, your business projections, things like that, that would be something that was going to help you and your constituents, help you, your clients, your customers, and your employees. So again, if you start a podcast, you can then offer your services to help businesses make it their new normal as well. So you start that podcast to educate, to inspire, to instruct, or even start a new career. So either use your past jobs, as a catalyst for your podcast, or start a podcast now so that you can teach others like I do myself. So again, if you are interested in starting a podcast and you want, to help, and you need help, send an email, info@ablakeenterprises.com. We'll schedule you for that 30-minute complimentary discovery call where we'll talk about your topic, your description, your intros, your outros, and we'll get you set up on Anchor FM. If you're ready to dive right in, because I actually had my first this new client who started on August 3rd, she is ready to launch tomorrow. So it took her less than a week for her to launch. And that was that 90-minute deep mini coaching session for her, $97. And again, you will get a copy of the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook as part of that mini coaching session. And if you're interested in blogging, the basic blogging tips for beginners is also a great resource. Together, the book bundle is $26. So if you're interested in that, make sure you send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com. Last Saturday was the podcast. What did I talk about on Anchor FM? We talked about the 5 pillars of podcasting. So I need you to go check it out and let me know if any of those pillars are you using, because content is king, but you want your listeners to wear the crown. That was number 1. So check out my Anchor FM podcast, Delaware Blogger. There's the link there. And then this Wednesday is actually episode 20 of Blog Your Way to a Business Profit. It is going to be the season finale where I'm going to talk about how bloggers can work with brands to increase their bottom line as well. And then I'm going to take a 2-week break until we go into season number 2 in September. But I will be repurposing the content. I will be promoting the content, but that is on Blog Your Way to a Business Profit on Blog Talk Radio. If you want to find and follow me on all my social media platforms, use the Linktree ID Del Blogger. And I found another great royalty-free website on YouTube. Great music. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So until then, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social. Still from a distance, mask up, right? And I'll see you in cyberspace, but not tomorrow, because I'll be celebrating my 30th wedding anniversary. Have a beautifully blessed day. Bye-bye.